This is the fourth in a series of videos on counting, and in this problem again we want to look at some sample problems and then check our answers, and we'll go through how to do them if you get any of the answers wrong. So the first thing I'd like you to do is I'd like you to calculate each one of these. 5 factorial, 12 choose 9, and 8 choose 5. And the key is I want you to do this without a calculator. Now obviously in everyday life you would use a calculator. I just want to make sure that you understand how to apply it without a calculator as well. So now what I want you to do is I want you to pause the video, and in just a minute, a few seconds really, we'll check your answers, see if you got them right. Still pausing, still pausing. Okay, now let's go ahead and write down the answers and see if you got the right answers. So 5 factorial is 120. 12 choose 9 is 220. And 8p5 is going to be 6720. And maybe that was a little bit too hard to do without a calculator. If you got these numbers right, then let's go ahead and move on. If not, let's look at each one of these in turn. So 5 factorial, easy enough. 5 factorial means 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. That's 20 times 3 is 60, 120, and you're done. The next problem is 12C9. Now you have to remember how to do NCR. That's NCR is defined as n factorial over r factorial over n minus r factorial, which is going to be 12 factorial over 9 factorial over 3 factorial. And now what you need to recognize is the 12 and the 9 here cancels in an interesting way. 12 factorial is 12 times 11 times 10 times 9 times 8 all the way to 1. 9 factorial is 9 times 8 all the way to 1. And 3 factorial would be 3 times 2 times 1. And if you notice, the 9 cancels with the 9, the 8 with the 8. In fact, all the numbers from 9 to 1 cancel with the numbers from 9 to 1. And we end up with 12 times 11 times 10 over 3 times 2 times 1. 12 times 11, let's do that real quick. 12 times 11 would be 2, 1, and that's 2, 1, that's 132. So that's 132 divided by 6, and 6 into 132, no, 12 times 11, 1320, I'm sorry, 1320, 132 times 10. And then 6 times goes into 13 twice. That's 12. Carried 6, 12, 12, 220. And that's your answer. Now the next one, 8p5. Now admittedly that was a little bit hard to do without a calculator, but the key thing to remember is NPR is n factorial over n minus r factorial. So that's simply 8 factorial over 3 factorial, which is 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 over 3 times 2 times 1. Those cancel. So your answer is 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4. There's some easier ways to do this. 6 times 5 is 30. And 30 times 4 is 120, and 8 times 7 is 56. So it's 56 times 120, and then I'm just going to do that out by longhand. 120 times 56. And then that's 0, 12, carrier 1, 6, 7, 5, 0, 10, carrier 1, 5, 6, 0, 2, 7, 6, and there's your answer.